Alright, so here we go. This is the 71 International Harvester we affectionately call the Cowboy Truck. I talked about it in the drive, which we'll play in the other part of the video for you guys here. So it is Yuma yellow. You can see it does have little bumps, bruises, dents, nicks, scratches, a couple little rough spot there. This is all gravel burn from the road, and then the mag chloride. And then you can see here what I was talking about on the ride. This is the spare tire that's got the cutout in the fender. So this is a step side long bed, but the spare tires move back into the fender a little bit there on the side. So that's kind of cool, makes it a little bit rare. We run BFG not KO2s, those are KM3s, the mud trains. Great all-around tire, especially for here, snow and gravel, rain, and stuff like that. On the back here, so one of the times that Mr. Gold was out on the ranch cutting firewood, dropped one of his tree limbs down and it dented that bed. Now the funny thing is that probably happened 30 years ago, sometime in the 90s. And if I pull these little, you like the little chain, see the chain hook? Isn't that neat? That's all original. Pull those off. Tailgate still works. So if the tailgate still works and the latch is still latch and everything on, why would you fix that, right? I mean, a lot of people be like, oh, you should take that tailgate off and you straighten it and you have it painted and touch it up. No. This is exactly how it's been forever, and it should stay like that, in my opinion. Now, that's just the way I like my trucks. That is not necessary for everybody else, but that's what we like. So on these G-Series trucks, a couple more little things for you guys, because I know that you guys like the old history facts or, you know, whatnot. There we go. You can see these taillights here. Those taillights are the same taillights they use for the travel all and the pickup. But all they did on these step side beds is they literally just made a piece of bent metal, bolted to the side, threw the taillight housing in, called it good. They didn't put it in the fender, they didn't put it in the bumper, they just bolted it on the back. Kind of cool. Very simple, you know. Same thing here, the marker light. Just a piece of bent metal there. They bolted it in there. That's the same marker light they use on the travel all. Same one they use on the fleet side pickup, crew cab pickups, everything. It's all the same. Mr. Gold did put a 5-gallon jerry can on here. That's not factory. He did that, but I like it, and then I've left it on there because I think it looks really cool. This particular truck is a single fuel tank truck. So it just has the one gas tank. It's a 16-gallon. Does have the what they call the West Coast mirrors, the trailer tow mirrors. Those are factory. They were on there from the beginning. One of the spots that these old trucks do get a little rust, there's a seam right here at the bottom of the windshield. This is on all the D series, so 1969 to 75. They get little bubbles right there because the water trickles down and puddles right there. So that's always something to look for on these. Last couple videos you guys have asked about the motor, so I'm going to try and one hand here. So nothing fancy to look at here. It's pretty plain Jane. 345 Holley 2-barrel. See, it's still got all the original stickers and stuff on there, which I love that. It has the original stickers on here for the engine, the timing, the dwell, spark gap, your idle speed, idle mixture. Now, at one time, this had, the hood hinges had started to rust out, and you can see he just put a piece of metal plate there and there to fix that. That is one of the things that I've wanted to change on this truck. I've had it for years, but I would like to put new inner fender wells in this at some point. But you can see, I mean, it's all original paint. It's not super clean or perfect, but I tell you what, I would drive it anywhere, any day, anytime. So 71, that's a 1-year only grill. You guys that follow these, you know this surround here is very similar, almost identical to the 69 to 75, but they painted this black, and instead of having the floating grill bar the 69 and 75 has, which is what my 1970 green bean truck does, we'll show you guys that, they put honeycomb material in here. They only did that for 1 year. This is made out of plastic. My thought is the reason they only lasted 1 year on that deal was those always break. This one, remarkably, is in very nice shape. So, all right, interior, not much to see. So this is your bare bones truck. So this doesn't even have the vinyl inserts on the panels. This is just metal door panels. You can see all the original stickers right here. You see she's ready to go again. Does have the factory headliner still in it, the visors and stuff. The dash has got a couple little cracks, but nothing major, nothing I'm worth fixing. And this is the factory sliding rear window. They made two versions of this. The factory one was the steel one, and this, oh, I gotta unlock it. This slides either way. Both pieces slide. There was an aftermarket one that the dealers did that was aluminum that had the traditional little opening in the middle where it had just two slides. I prefer those personally. Now, I did have the original seat in this, and it was a vinyl seat, and it has gone by the wayside just because it was worn out. This is an international seat. It's the same one that was in the would have been in this truck. It's just this isn't the one that came in the truck. So anyway, vinyl floor still has the IH emblem stamped in it right there. You see that? It's kind of cool. And there's your shift pattern, 4-speed. Then there's your 205 transfer case. So she's not going to get out of there, so I'm just going to pan back. So I hope you guys like this. Oh, watch the door. That's how nice they shut. This has been another episode of Truck Stories on my 71 1210 long bed stepside 4-wheel drive, affectionately known as the Cowboy Truck. All right, well, let's take you guys for a ride and see what you think of driving the old Cowboy Truck here. Come on, Lucy. So this is our 71 International 1210 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive step side long bed that we call the Cowboy Truck. We're going to take it for a ride. Take you guys along. Buckle up for safety, Lucy. All right. Let's see if we can keep the camera somewhat steady here. I think it'll work. You guys tell me in the comments if it doesn't. Obviously, the DJI camera does have very good stabilization. So anyway, I'll grab it, turn it around, and show you guys like a drive view here in a second too, just so you guys will have that too. Let's see here. I'm just gonna cruise by the shop, head out the gate, go for a ride. How many of you guys, comment below, how many of you guys take your dog every time you drive your old truck? This dog right here, if I don't take her, she gets very upset. Like, she will whine and cry and bark if she can't go. Now, if she can go, like she is right now, she's pretty good. You know, I mean, I don't know. She's a border collie. If you guys don't know, this is Lucy, my dog. She's a border collie. She'll be 8 months old next month. So she's very much a puppy, and she's very much a border collie, which means she has an exorbitant amount of energy, and it tests my patience sometimes. But I love her nonetheless, so it's fine. Anyway, back to this truck. So I got this truck from a good friend of mine in Montana, and the story goes that his father bought it brand new, and his father, Mr. Gold, was a cowboy, a true Montana cowboy, and, you know, a rancher and everything else. So his license plate on this truck said B. Gold, which was his first name and his last name. And so this was always known as the B. Gold truck. Well, when we got it, we name all of our trucks, and we call it the Cowboy Truck in honor of Mr. Gold, because he was a cowboy. And this has just always been known as the Cowboy Truck. This is the truck that both my sons learned how to drive a manual transmission, an old truck on. And I said, you know, if you guys can drive the Cowboy Truck, you can drive anything. And that has proven to be true, because they can drive anything that we have around the property now. And a manual transmission, as many of you guys know, in this world we live in, that is a foreign object to a lot of children. So if your kid can drive a manual, they're pretty safe. Anyway, this has got the T19 4-speed in it, which is an overdrive. Well, not overdrive. Let me
let me rephrase that. The T19 is a wide ratio transmission, which means fourth gear actually is a fourth gear. It's not a direct. So when you put it in fourth gear, it goes down the road at 65, 70 miles an hour, no problem. And you don't need a fifth gear. This is a 345 V8. That's what it was born with. It's a 2-barrel Holley carburetor, most commonly the 2300. And it's got the 205 NP 205 transfer case, which is a gear-driven manual shift key case, and it is divorced, as all the Internationals are, if you guys don't know that. This truck is still the original color. It's a pretty rare color. It's called Yuma Yellow. It's definitely very faded, and it is weathered. It's got dents, and it's got dings and scratches and stuff, but that's part of what brings the character, in my opinion, to them. And I like, you guys know, I like original paint, original interior, and that's what this truck is. So, being a long bed step side, that makes it kind of rare, and it has the cutout on the driver's side fender for the spare tire, which is pretty cool. So, 71 Yuma Yellow, green interior, 1210, 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton, so that's Dana 44 in the front, Dana 60 in the rear. It's going to have drum brakes in 71 all the way around, closed knuckle front end. It does have power steering. It's got manual brakes. Just a really nice, daily driver truck. Like, I drive this truck all the time. I bet I drive this truck 2 or 3 days a week when the weather's nice. Now, when the weather's not nice, as long as there's not any chemical on the road, I'll still drive it, because the body's not perfect. It's fine. But I try and drive it in the fair weather mostly. It does have some rust around the wheel wells and a few spots. Living in Montana its whole life, they use mag chloride on the roads, and mag chloride, if it's not washed off pretty regularly, will definitely eat away at the metal on your old truck. So anyway, we're gonna cruise back down this road here. I'm gonna stop talking for a minute, let you guys just kind of hear the engine. Then we'll pull back in the shop, and I'll walk around the outside of the truck and kind of give you guys an overview of what it looks like on the outside and what it looks like on the inside. All right, here we go. You okay? Yeah, that camera's on, you know that? Did you comb your hair this morning? Did you? Doesn't look like you did. How about your nails? You trimmed your nails lately? No? Okay. We won't tell anyone. Oh, there's the deer. That's what we get around here. They cross the road, people's yards. They don't care. Lucy would really like it if they would play with her. She just doesn't understand why they don't want to be her friend. She probably thinks she wants to eat them, which she probably does. So, oh well. All right. That's by the way, that's also I start in second gear. Hey, you can't find them, grind them. I start in second gear most of the time because first gear is really low and you just don't need it. So, okay, I pull back in the shop here. Make sure you guys like, tag, share, and follow, and help us continue to tell the stories of these trucks.